Unboxals is creating a generation of animal champions by connecting kids and families to nature, wildlife conservation, and animals. We have Nicole, who's the CEO and founder at Unboxals. Thanks a lot for joining in, Nicole.
Well, thank you for having me, Naman. I'm excited to be here. It's great, and I do have to say I'm a co-founder because I have four amazing partners that are also co-founders of Unboxals, and yeah, a fantastic team of people.
Awesome. So just to get started, can you tell us what exactly are you building at Unboxals?
Well, myself and my partners, so Deanna Kent, Neil Husen, Nick Clements, and Ross Liddell. It was originally Deanna who came to all of us, and we had all worked together for about 10 years at the Walt Disney Company. And we were all in the gaming and digital space, in digital entertainment. I was leading the social impact efforts for the tech division of Disney, so the corporate social responsibility. And so after we all left Disney, we were all doing our own thing. And basically, Deanna had been really inspired by what we'd done with conservation, supporting conservation projects around the world and doing social impact projects. And she's an incredibly creative person. She's writes graphic novels with Neil, who's an artist. And basically, she came to me and said, Nicole, I've got this idea. And she had seen how basically kids are becoming so disconnected with nature and with animals. And in fact, there was even a British study a few years ago that showed that 4 out of 5 kids in the UK were more aware of Pokemon Go critters than they were of actual real wildlife where they lived.
Oh, okay.
And 81% of kids today are basically living in more urban centers.
Right.
They're not interfacing with wild animals, and they're more likely to know about a domestic animal like a cat or dog or cow or some other critter that's domesticated than they would know about any sort of animal. And when you look at wildlife, the wildlife that's actually left on the planet, less than 2% of all biomass, which would include plants and humans, less than 2% is actual wildlife. And we've had such an incredible, unfortunate crash of animals becoming extinct that Deanna was really impacted by that and felt that we needed to be able to connect kids to wildlife again. And we needed to go where they were, which is definitely in the digital space. And I don't know if you're familiar with the unboxing phenomena on YouTube. It's been around for a number of years. Yeah, so kids love watching these unboxing videos where a kid is opening up a new toy or game or something, and watching someone do that online. And so Deanne had this great concept of creating a game where kids would unbox and release into a natural environment animals in a digital space in a game. So that was the original idea. And so she pulled in myself and Neil, who's in her husband, who's the amazing artist, Nick Clements, who's a marketing and brand specialist, and Ross Liddell, who's the programming specialist, and then myself to build this franchise called Unboxals. And the whole idea is, with everything that we're creating in the digital space for kids and their parents, the idea is to unlock their curiosity and excitement around this, discovering the superpowers of wild animals. And our first product that we launched is Unboxals Super Shark Power app, which is available in iOS and soon to be in the Google Play Store as well.
Okay, okay. And for now, that's the only product that you have, or there are more products in the pipeline?
So we have more on the pipeline. So we have basically well, we have a number of different things in the pipeline. So we're looking at video series. We launched a video
Right.
series during Earth Month,
Okay.
and it was 50 years of Earth Month and
Right.
50 animals.
Right.
So we did mini videos for
Okay.
kids, along with a lot of different educational content. So
Okay.
everything we build
Mm-hmm.
um, is basically educational.
Mm-hmm.
However, what we wanted to make sure, because this is what we did when we did our market research, was we looked at what's in the marketplace for example, kids games or digital video or whatever it is, activities. And there were two sort of streams. There was either content that was super fun but
Right.
really sort of junk food for the brain, so
Okay.
it wasn't really educational, might say it was educational
Mm-hmm.
and it really wasn't, or it was super educational
Right.
and super boring. So
Okay.
we basically
Got it.
we looked at that and we're like, no, this has to be fun and exciting.
Right.
So everything that we're building, whether it's video,
Mm-hmm.
games in the mobile gaming space,
Right.
actual online content that kids can and parents can download,
Right.
digital downloads. It has to be fun and spark that curiosity and joy in learning. And it has to be visually beautiful and really something that parents can feel good about their kids doing,
Right.
and then kids can actually enjoy and want to be doing.
Right.
And so right now we have our first app that we launched in
Mm-hmm.
end of March. We
Okay.
had a small video series that we launched during Earth Month,
Mm-hmm.
and we're working on consumer products along with products for uh, basically TV series or
Right.
a series that you'd find in a digital platform.
Right.
So
Right.
a few different areas that we're working
Yeah.
in. I mean, we've been working at it for 3 years. We did a lot
Okay.
of testing and a lot of market testing,
Mm-hmm.
and we've been very iterative and cautious about how we've done that.
Okay.
And we feel that we've got a really great mix now with how we've created the content and this first app.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's going
Amazing.
great.
Okay. Okay. Awesome. And on the other side of your business is animal and habitat conservation. So how do you tackle that side of the business? Are you already doing something in that regard, or do you have like plans to do it in the future?
Yes. So what we're doing is when we worked at Disney, I was very connected to many of the amazing conservation organizations around the world,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and I still am today. And so
Mm-hmm.
during Earth Month, we were partnering with the different conservation organizations like Wildlife Conservation Network, Rare Conservation, Island Conservation,
Right.
and nine others, or eight others, I should say.
Okay.
And what we did with them is we basically featured some of the endangered animals that they're fighting hard to protect and
Mm-hmm.
created content for that and actions for how kids and families can help animals around the world and their habitats.
Okay.
And so it's completely baked into our business model that
Mm-hmm.
everything we do is around social impact.
Right.
So fun, educational, exciting for kids. And it's also teaching kids and their parents on how to be great stewards of their natural environments.
Right.
Ultimately, we want to be able to showcase how kids can get in touch with nature and get back outside and
Mm-hmm.
get doing things to help their right in their backyard. And we also, our revenue model, we plan to give 10% of our net profit when we are making our profit
Mm-hmm.
to the conservation projects around the world that we believe in and support.
Okay. Okay. Can we call it like an tech model with the with the with the social impact? Can we call?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, what we really can see is, again, it has to be fun and engaging and for kids to learn or even to be inspired to take action to make a difference.
Mhm.
But the big thing is we realized that in order for a kid to grow up to want to save an animal or
Right.
to want to protect an animal, they're going to need to know about it. And
Right.
so all of our content is introducing kids to animals they may have never heard of, like the saga antelope, which
Mhm.
is over in the steppes of Central Asia,
Right.
or the cotton top tamarin, which is a
Mhm.
small, adorable little tiny monkey in Colombia,
Mhm.
or animals like the okapi over in the Democratic Republic of Congo,
Mhm.
or even closer to home here in Canada, where they might not know about something like the painted turtle or the giant octopus,
Mhm.
or even to learn to love sharks, which
Right.
are, they've been on the planet for millions and millions and millions of years,
Right.
and they're one of the most important animals in
Yeah.
the ocean ecosystem.
For sure.
Yet a lot of people fear them instead of love them,
Yeah.
and they don't understand them. So how can we help kids have a passion for these animals that they don't know about or don't
Mhm.
understand? And what I've personally seen in my travels around the world, I've been very fortunate to travel to visit conservation projects in over 40 countries around the planet,
Oh,
and
okay.
on basically every continent except Antarctica. However,
Okay.
I've supported projects in Antarctica that help penguins.
Okay.
What I've seen though around the world, that the best way to help animals in their habitat is for kids to become passionate about them and to be
Mhm.
enthusiastic. Because
Mhm.
once that happens, they
Mhm.
go to their parents and they say, "Mom, Dad, we can't throw this in the ocean because it'll hurt the sharks, it'll hurt
Right.
the otters, it'll hurt
Right.
the seals." Or, "Mom and Dad, we can't cut down those trees because that will hurt the monkeys that live there." Or,
Yeah.
"We can't go into this area because that will hurt the habitat of the grizzly."
Right.
So so without kids championing and being passionate about these animals, which we know they love once they are
Mhm.
introduced to them,
Mhm.
then they can't influence parents, and they can't grow up to be conservation champions and animal champions themselves.
Okay.
So so if
Okay.
we can show them how amazing animals are and highlight the superpowers of each animal that we showcase,
Yeah.
then kids can become excited about it and share that with their friends and share that with the adults in their life.
Okay. Well, that's a great initiative and a great thought process. Is there like a particular age in kids when you know like you are targeting to create this awareness?
Oh, sure. So 4 to 6 year olds is
Okay.
who we're targeting. And we know that kids younger and older can get involved and want to be passionate about these things.
Okay.
However, our target market are those 4 to 6 year olds and their millennial parents, or the parents who happen to have the 4 to 6 year olds.
Do these kids need something to retain after they are above like beyond 6 years of age, or that's like 4 to 6 is the foundation, and once you set that right, then they won't
Yeah,
probably forget this experience.
yeah, like it's sparking that interest young, and
Okay.
then basically, yeah, as far as Unboxals goes, we want
Mhm.
to definitely build content as we see that there's
Mhm.
a fit and a need.
Right.
We all actually worked, myself and my partners all originally worked at Club Penguin,
Mhm.
and that market was 8 to 12. And
Okay.
what we found were kids 8 to 12 were really getting into the space of actually, they were very passionate about making a difference.
Okay.
And we saw through Coins for Change how that inspired kids to make a
Mhm.
difference. Every year we'd engage the kids around donating
Mhm.
their virtual coins that they earned to make a
Right.
difference.
Yeah.
And we saw that young kids can also be as inspired. And then you're planting that seed at a very young
Mhm.
age so that
Mhm.
as they get older,
Mhm.
they've got that seed planted and
Right.
they build their interests around it.
Okay. Okay. That's amazing. Yeah. I guess like you guys would have thought about all these aspects in during the 3 year period when you were uh, trying out different things. So that, but this is a great initiative, such a great initiative. And in the next like 1.5 years, what are your plans? What do you have in the pipeline in terms of products, in terms of growth? What are your plans?
So we have two streams. We've got our direct to consumer business model, which is finding our content in the App Store, like this Unboxals Super Shark Power. We'd like to continue to build apps featuring different animals and different habitats. So that's our next step. We have a new release coming for Unboxals Super Shark Power towards the end of September.
Okay.
And that's just through our market testing and testing in the marketplace about how that has resonated with our target market. And we also have a business to business model. And with our business to business model, what we've seen with COVID is that there is a huge pressure on zoos and aquariums, because the accredited zoos and aquariums that are really doing great work in conservation efforts and making a difference with animals around the world, is people are not able to go to the zoo and aquarium anymore because of COVID, or it's limiting. So that's really hurting their revenues.
Yeah.
And so what we are offering to zoos and aquariums is that we'll work with them to build an app featuring their special star animals and their content. Because within each app, we've got video, we've got 100 animal facts, we've got how people can take action. And so with a zoo or aquarium or large conservation organization, we can work with them to basically do the same concept, but featuring their animals and their content, and even their live streaming of their animals. So they've got a real 365 day of the year touch point with new audiences and audiences that maybe can't get to them right now.
Yeah, I can imagine that would be a great help for them, especially during this time when they're revenue.
It's really tough for these organizations, and the accredited organizations, zoos and aquariums, really do a lot of great work in connecting children and families to animals in a really meaningful way, and then also in conservation efforts. So we definitely want to make sure that they've got a way to continue in a digital presence, with a digital presence.
Okay, that's good to know. It's good to know. And Nicole, lastly, so you have an amazing team here. You guys are doing a great job. But like every time you have a new business, you have a startup that is coming up, you have certain challenges where you wish someone could just uh, come in and help you with certain projects. So at Epic, we are also trying to connect you with people like that. So are there any challenges that you're facing right now where you won't mind someone external coming in and helping you guys?
Yeah, I mean, it's a matter of really, we're at that point where we're about to just really scale up. And so I would hope the goal is by the end of December to be in a place where we could scale up the team and have more people in our programming, our tech side, in our business development side, and in our art and creative side. So really in all facets, we could definitely be scaling up. And it's a matter of, the resources. It's one of those things, time, money, got to balance both. And especially in the startup, when you're just lean, mean, and testing things, we won't scale up until we know that we've really hit something that is worth scaling up, which we believe we're at right now. And so I think we're at a really pivotal time where we will be looking for talented people from all facets to help us really go to the next level.
Okay. Well, Nicole, this is an amazing story, like all the other stories that we have been capturing till date. You have an amazing team, and I just hope that you succeed in creating these animal champions, and we see like a big change in the next generation, like the next generation which thinks about animals and their conservation.
Oh, that's our goal and our dream. We want to have that happen, and it can't happen too quickly because the world needs all this amazing diversity, and that's what we want to celebrate and showcase and get kids around the world inspired and excited about.